So, Maria, thank you very much for accepting our invitation to join this first season of Talking Thoughts. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be a part of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And moving to our first question, is if you remember the beginning of your design journey, if you remember maybe choosing some subjects about it, or you felt like design chose you in your early
Yeah.
days, I don't know. Do you remember the beginning of it?
Yeah, so I would say it would be back in high school, probably year 11, which would have been 6 years ago now. And my older brother, he did design and photography and like drawing subjects at school. And I remember always seeing him do his work, and I was like, oh wow, that looks really cool. So I gave it a go myself and then just loved it.
Why did you choose it as an area of interest?
I don't know, I think it's always kind of interested me. I have never really been much of an English person or a maths person. I didn't really excel in many areas at school, but then when I started the design subjects and even art history, so even when I was writing about art related things, I did really well and I really enjoyed it. So I just kind of, stuck with it, I guess, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
You felt good about it.
Yeah.
And now that you have maybe some experience on this field, what would you say it represents? What is the meaning of design to you? To be a designer represents something very important or a very fundamental part of who you are? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still trying to find not my flair, but my particular design style, I guess. But yeah, I love everything about it. Design kind of controls everything in the world, like especially, I guess, living in quite a big city. Design is literally everywhere, and I think it's so incredible, and I think it's quite often overlooked, even though it literally underpins everything. Yeah, I don't know.
It's good. And what do you enjoy the most about working or studying in the design field?
Ooh, like what kind of area or?
Yeah, it can be the area, maybe some subjects. I don't know. The thing you like the
Um,
most.
the most, I quite like whenever we're given a site, I really enjoy finding out the history and I guess who's important to that site or who relates to that site, and then kind of figuring out their story and whose story I can tell or whose story I can understand or design with. Yeah. I'm
Cool.
quite interested in people and place and the relative between.
Yeah, so a little bit of research, you would say.
Yeah.
And do you have a memorable moment as a designer since you've been studying and researching and working as one?
Not sure like if there's one particular moment, but something I do really enjoy is our final critiques at the end of each semester. We all come together and everyone's pinned up their work on the walls, and then we each, I guess, talk about it. So I love hearing everybody's else's work, and I'm not very good at presenting myself, but I enjoy the feedback, and I guess just seeing everything come together and the process of where it's been and then the final product is really, I don't know, I think it's really special. Yeah.
Cool. And what would you say was the best project you worked until today?
Ooh, we did a project last year, second semester, and we were given an abandoned site right in the city, and we had to choose a artist model that was very colourful, and it was kind of all around colour and its relation to emotion and its effect on people. And I chose Yayoi Kusama, and I did an interactive installation in this site, and I really enjoyed. I don't know, because I'm quite interested in people, and I guess people, how they can interact with things in the city and feel like they're a part of it. So the project it ended up to become a series of buttons along a wall, and you could push it and choose a color. So anyone walking past could just choose a color that they felt. So at the end of every day, it was like a recording of the colors of the people, I guess, that walked through the city. Yeah, I think I put about 2,000 buttons on or something, so people could, yeah, just keep pushing it. Yeah.
Could you tell me what would you say is the best part about being a student?
Ooh. I think the freedom, because I have a lot of free time, or my schedule is very flexible. And so whenever I want to like go see a friend or go and do an activity or do anything at uni, it's all very like fluid and it can move around a lot, which I really appreciate. And I think I'm going to miss quite a lot when I go into full-time work. But yeah, no, I meet like new people every week. I feel like I'm, yeah, making cool connections with people in my class, which yeah, everything's pretty awesome about being a student.
And what is hard?
I think still like managing my time, even though I'm third year now, I still struggle and I still end up pulling all-nighters, or I always get everything done, but the stress is probably the hardest bit, which I put on myself. It's my own fault, but yeah.
We can control it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now I believe that you are mostly free to go wherever you want because of all the coronavirus situation, the isolation and pandemic thing. And back then, in that scenario of isolation, what would you say was the biggest change your routine or your process of studying things suffered? Because you couldn't go to the university, you couldn't meet your friends, and etc. How did things go during this time there?
It went a lot better than I had expected it to. I feel like our lecturers were quite onto it in terms of organising meetings and things. Something that I did really miss was the collaboration. And in studio, we have 9 hours a week where we're all in there in like 3 separate sessions and we're talking and sharing work. So I found it, even though we had a few Zoom meetings, I found it quite hard to see where everyone else was up to, and I guess comparing my work to theirs, because I quite often do that to see which stage I should be up to. So I was a little bit lost in terms of things like that. But overall, everything went really well. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's nice to hear. Could you tell me something about your learning process? Like when you want to learn something new, how do you do?
Ooh. Like any skill, or
Like
like a
anything,
design
if
process?
something catches your attention and you want to learn more about it, what is your process? You ask
Um,
someone, you do your own research. What do you do?
yeah, I mean, I'd probably ask the person perhaps who I saw it from if I knew them. But I'd probably tend to do a lot of my own research. And I'm definitely more of a person who thinks about something and does a lot of research before actually doing it, which sometimes is a downfall. I think I need to jump into things a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely am more of like a thinker and a kind of stew over things before I actually do them. And then I might even talk myself out of it, or yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? And as a designer, do you have a dream?
A dream?
Yes, a dream.
Ooh. I feel like I've got a lot of dreams. I think somewhere where I would like to end up is working, yeah, like with people in some kind of public design forum. Like I'm not too sure where or what. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit confused with my career at the moment. I have no idea where I would like to end up.
Who
But
isn't?
yeah, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I have like an end dream, but yeah, I don't know. I quite like the world
This dream
being.
is pretty good to me.
Oh,
This one
good.
you just mentioned, because
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be very specific or accurate, or I don't know. You can just dream big. I think you're dreaming big, and that's very,
yeah,
very good.
yeah. I'd like to use design in some way to help people or to help the environment, I guess, which is why this is so interesting to me. Yeah.
And our last question is about this. whole thing with DESIS network, because we are so great. We have so many possibilities here. We are all over the world. And as students, do you have any expectations or ideas of what we could do together, or maybe the future of the network, what we can work on to make it real, to make us more close? I don't know, any ideas on how students can be a more active part of this network?
Yeah, I guess just Zoom meetings would be really cool, and how you mentioned posting up a bio, that would be real cool to like read about different people from other countries. Yeah, I don't know, like I guess you could set like have like a research question or something maybe, or like a little individual project that we could do, like a small thing we could do in our own city that has something to do with like the culture,
Yeah.
or that we could share with each other.
Imagine we have a common initiative that we can do here in Brazil, you
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
over there. It would be super great. We don't know if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
possible,
yeah.
but we are going to try for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, good on you. That's really cool.
And that's it for today. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Maria, for
yeah,
talking with
no, thank you.
us.